Hey everyone, Kunik here, back with another RPG horror story for you today. And this story is a little different, not for the contents of the story itself, but because of what I'm doing in this video. So if you just want to hear the story, skip to the below timestamp. Anyhow, as to the explanation, yesterday Blaine Simple released a video ranking every D&D YouTuber that he's aware of. And if you've not seen it, I 100% recommend watching it because I found a few content creators I didn't know exist that are now on my subscription list because of the video. And yours truly made the list somehow. I still don't know how I made that list, but wow, it was awesome. Did not expect to open that video and see myself. And even more shockingly, I made A tier, right next to Crit Crab. Again, I'm flabbergasted, and the one real criticism brought up was that the videos that I make are not as animated, which, as anyone who's been following my community channel for a while now will know, is something I've been working on, but had to put a halt on due to my day job. And for those that are not aware, I've been putting together a tool to make the videos more like a Super Nintendo RPG instead of the current way that the videos look. And the tool's only 20% there, but I think it addresses the animation issue that was brought up in Blaine Simple's video. So today's video, even though that tool is not ready, is going to be a one-off short story showcasing the tool. And if you wouldn't mind posting below your thoughts on the tool, whether you think it's too hard to read, or maybe you have a really awesome idea you'd like to suggest, please leave it below and I'll definitely be looking at every single comment to improve this tool for when I actually decide to go live with it. Anyhow, that's it for the precursor to the story, so without further ado, let's roll for initiative and begin the story. I was playing in this one homebrew campaign where the DM said we were allowed to play whatever character we wanted, from whatever universe we wanted. The idea was that the game was set in a multiverse, and we all had been plucked from our starting universes and dropped into this crossover world. One player was a Terminator who had a time travel accident. One was a unicorn from My Little Pony, and one was just every Nick Cage character rolled into one. Then there was me. I wasn't very experienced at making wild, crazy characters at the time, and just wanted something simple. I made the mistake of playing a fairly vanilla succubus. I became the party's go-to in social situations, interrogations, haggling, distractions, etc. I was having fun, and the party was getting a lot of mileage out of my abilities. It was the DM that didn't care for my choice. He thought it was too basic and boring. Every time I used seduction, he'd get upset and try to pressure me to play something more interesting. I didn't pay him any mind because I was having fun and it was working. Gradually, he became more and more insistent, and he eventually decided to make the NPCs noticeably more rude towards my character. It wasn't all at once, just little things that began to pile up. At first, it was calling me a whore at least once a session as a running joke. Then it was rolling his eyes and getting flippant whenever I'd rolled to charm someone. Eventually, he started having the characters become resistant and or immune to my charms, because my boobs are too small, which, by the way, is something he knows I'm self-conscious of in real life, so that was tailored to me specific. It all came to a head when one session he decided to add consequences to a successful roll on my part. There was an NPC we needed an item from, a clearly horny NPC. Naturally, I figured he was easy prey. I rolled a natural 20 to sweet talk him. Then the NPC starts groping me and making other advances. This makes me uncomfortable, and I try to calm him back down. But the DM says no because I got a crit on something I was asking for. At this moment, I was alone while the rest of the party was shopping. The unicorn player noticed I was uncomfortable and was going to teleport over to help me out, but the DM wouldn't let him because he didn't know I was in trouble. The Terminator responded to this by reminding the DM of an emergency call gadget he'd made for all of us a couple of sessions back after some split party shenanigans had left Nick Cage with 1 HP and me failing 2 death saving throws. The DM just said I was pressing it, but it wasn't working for some reason. He never did elaborate as to what the reason was. The situation escalated into graphic detail that I will spare you here. I'm sure you can guess the general gist of what happened to me. After the ordeal, the DM had the nerve to joke about it by working in that horror joke and saying the NPC pays me for my services with the item I was trying to get in the first place. I killed the NPC where he stood, and at the session's end, I was arrested for it. I don't know what happened to her after that, because we ended up kicking the DM out of our group. Not just for this, there were a lot of incidents. This was just the straw that broke the camel's back. End post. Yeah, I'm really happy that the players at the table were behind OP in this story, and whatever compelled the DM to think he could control what his players were and were not doing, well, he hopefully learned his lesson from this. Regardless, happen you be a DM at a table, use this as a lesson of what not to do to your female players, or heck, even to your male players. No one likes being treated like this. Anyhow, that's it for this story. Again, if you have any thoughts, positive or negative, on this tool, please leave them in the comments below so I can review them and use them to make this tool better before I go live with it in all of my videos. Anyhow, as always, the source of the video is in the description below, and if you like this video and you want to see more videos just like this, be sure to hit that subscribe button and bell notification icon to be notified of my future videos. And as about 80% of you watching are not subscribed, it would be doing me a huge favor for you to do so in order to keep this community growing. Anyhow, while you wait for my future videos, and there will be a second video this week, here are a few related videos that you can watch from my channel in the meantime.